Ramana Maharshi's words are deep and direct. My comments are intended to bring his deep words into your experience. Use YouTube's closed captions to read along. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Ramana Maharshi, and this week it's talk 104. Let me go to the words. A visitor from Delhi. He looks simple, gentle, and dignified in behavior. 5 years ago, he took up a study of devotional literature. He's a bhakta of Sri Krishna. He could feel Krishna in all that he saw. Krishna often appeared to him and made him happy. His work was going on without any effort on his part. Everything seemed to be done for him by Krishna himself. Later, when he came into contact with a Mahatma who advised him to study Vedanta and take to devotion of formless being, he had since read about 700 books of philosophy in Vedanta, including the Upanishads, Ashravaka, Advaita, and the Bhagavad Gita. He also studied Sri Bhagavan's work in English and is much impressed by them. Once, when he was in the jaws of death, no other thought haunted him but that he had not yet visited Bhagavan in his life. So he had come here on a short visit. He prays only for Sri Bhagavan's touch and his grace. The master said to him, I am Atman. Atman is the Guru, and Atman is grace also. No one remains without the Atman. He is always in contact. No external touch is necessary. The devotee says, I understand. I didn't mean external touch. Maharshi, nothing is more intimate than the Atman. Then the devotee says, again, Krishna appeared to me 3 months back and said, why do you ask me for formless worship? It is only the self in all, and all in the self. Maharshi says this contains the whole truth. Even this is indirect. There is, in fact, nothing but the Atman. The world is only a projection of the mind. The mind originates from the Atman. So Atman alone is the one being. The devotee says, yet it's difficult to realize. And Maharshi says, there is nothing to realize. It is the eternal, pure, aware, and liberated state. It is natural and eternal. There is nothing new to gain. On the other hand, a man must loose his ignorance. That's all. This ignorance must be traced to its origin. To whom is this ignorance? Of what is one ignorant? There are the subject and the object. Such duality is characteristic of the mind. The mind is from the Atman. So Ramana is visited by this man who has a devotional practice to Krishna and also of Shravana and Manana. Shravana means hearing or reading, hearing the truth. Manana means contemplating the truth. So he reads holy books and reflects on them. Recently, he heard from his personal deity that he should instead look to the self that is in all, rather to an external God. This brought him to Ramana. He asked for Ramana's grace to be bestowed on him. Ramana immediately directs him to the one being and told him that there is nothing to gain or acquire and nothing to realize, since he is already that absolute being and consciousness. He must loose his ignorance. That is all. Ramana teaches in the context of Advaita Vedanta, which emphasizes the oneness of the individual true self, the Atman, with the ultimate reality, Brahman. In this dialogue, Ramana Maharshi tells the visitor that he himself is the Atman, the true self. Ramana says that Atman is the guru, the inner teacher, and that Atman is also the source of grace. Ramana Maharshi says that everyone is always the Atman, and so no external touch or intervention is necessary. After the visitor said he understood, Ramana clarifies that nothing is more intimate than the Atman. The Atman is the closest and most essential part of yourself, and that it is always present within everyone. The ultimate goal of spiritual practice is to realize your true identity as the Atman, and so to experience the oneness of existence directly. Ramana Maharshi teaches that the Atman is not something that can be obtained or achieved through external means, but rather it is always present within every individual as their true self. It's just a matter of recognizing what is already there. He teaches that the purpose of spiritual practice is not to attain a higher state or to reach a goal, but to turn inward and realize the true nature of yourself. These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now to help you deepen your understanding and practice to know the self. Just click the subscribe button.